Aloha, o Maile Podlewski ko inoa, and welcome to thePOD, a place where we shine light on student small businesses here at Kamehameha Schools and in Hawaii, focusing on the storytelling, dedication, and what it takes to be your own boss. And today I have a special guest, Emma.
Hi.
Okay, so share a little bit about yourself and what inspired you to start your business.
So I have been baking since I was like super duper little. My grandma taught me, and then my great grandma taught me when we lived up in Oahu, and so it was super nice. And because of that, I've like loved baking, loved everything like that. I love things with like instructions, manuals. I don't know. I find like some kind of satisfaction every time I finish something.
Yeah, no, that's great. And was there like a specific moment where you knew that that's like something you wanted to do just beyond doing it for like fun?
I remember, I think it was in 7th grade, I made a giant batch of butter mochi. This was still during COVID too. And so I went over to one of my friend's house. It was for her birthday, and I brought it over and I gave it to her, and I saw everybody eating it, and they were all like loving it. They ate the whole pan, and I was like, oh, I want to keep doing this. I love how much it likes to make people happy.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm not a like professional baker, but I do like to make cookies, and whenever I share them with my friends, I totally get the feeling of like you're happy that other people are enjoying it. It's kind of like a love language.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, and then so you said it was kind of like a family tradition. Like how often would you say that they baked?
Oh my gosh. Like now that I've been like doing the business, I've been baking at least every other day, but before we would bake at least once a week.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot. You'd be eating really good at your mom's house. How do you deal with mistakes? Like when a recipe goes wrong or it doesn't go how you plan, like how do you deal with that stress?
Well, in the beginning, I would get super duper upset, and I wouldn't talk to anybody. I would like walk out of the kitchen, and then my mom would like try to talk to me. But as I like got used to making mistakes and having like messed up batches, like I started to like see like the fun in it.
Yeah.
And then one time, one of my cookies, I put a little bit of almond extract in it, and I was like, oh crap, that's the wrong extract. But then I actually tried it, and I love that cookie, and I use that recipe.
What is it called?
My chocolate chip cookie.
No, it's great. No, it's always like those when you least expect it to go good and then something great happens from it.
Right.
It's like kind of also rewarding just knowing that like you bounce back from that. If your business had like a signature, whether it was like a flavor or something that you bake, what would you say it would be?
Definitely the butter mochi. That's my starter, and that's like the most bought. So
that's where it all began. Okay, this one I feel like is definitely going to relate to you. How do you balance school, life, and baking?
Ooh, that's a great question. Sometimes it feels like I'm not balancing, and I'm like gonna fall in either direction. But I have the support of like my friends and my family. And that's like kept me going. So like whenever like my mom sees me like absolutely discouraged, like crying on the sofa, she comes over and she helps me. So definitely my family and friends.
And you get orders during like school days.
Yeah.
So you have to go home, do your homework, and then also start baking everything. That's really difficult. I don't know if I'd be able to do it.
Yeah. I love it though. If I didn't love it as much, I probably wouldn't be doing it. But baking really makes me happy.
Yeah. No, it's good that you're doing something that you enjoy for sure. Okay. How do your Hawaiian values or sense of place show up in your baking? Like through the flavors you choose, how you treat customers, and how you see your business?
Well, with treating customers, I always try to be as happy and polite as possible. I mean, nobody wants to buy something from a not very happy person. So I try to put as much like love into my cooking as possible. Growing up, cooking and baking and doing all of that kind of stuff with my family, I've kind of taken that into my own baking, like trying to put the love that I've felt throughout the years baking into my desserts.
Because it's always, the secret ingredient is always love. I feel like I always hear that everywhere. Okay. Where do you see this project or business going after high school? Like, could you continue it or see it evolving into something?
I've been doing it since middle school, and I would love to do it after high school. I'm not sure if I'll get like the time or opportunity because I do want to become an engineer, but I hope I get the chance to do it later.
Okay, what's the biggest thing that you've learned from baking or running your own business?
you're going to make mistakes. Absolutely. Like the entire process is just making mistakes and learning, but it's worth it. Completely worth it.
Totally.
Especially if it's something that you love and you know that you want to continue to do.
Yeah. Okay. What advice would you give another student who wants to turn a hobby into a business or a senior project?
Plan it out beforehand. I didn't plan it out. I kind of just jumped into the deep end, and it was a lot of work. I would say maybe like start small and then quickly grow. I started with the butter mochi, then I went to regular mochi, and then I just kept adding until now I have like a whole like menu to do from. So
what are some of the things that you bake besides like the cookies, the butter mochi? Like I want to know it all.
Butter mochi. What I've been getting a lot is cupcakes.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. Everybody's crazy with cupcakes. Lily koi cupcakes. The favorite is Oreo cupcakes. I mean, I've been experimenting, whatever, s'mores. So just a lot of cupcakes.
When do you find the time to experiment? Like, is it, like you said, like sometimes it's just accidents, or is there like certain days where you'll dedicate like, hey, let's try something new?
Definitely, like if I don't have any orders on a Sunday, that's my go-to. Like, ooh, I want to try this out. That's how I actually ended up making like the lily koi cupcakes. I made a little lily koi curd, and I'm like, let me just put this in a cupcake, and it tasted awesome.
No, I love that you're able to consistently do it and not get like tired of it. I know that you're gonna have to take breaks in between because it can become really overwhelming, but it's good that you're staying motivated and doing something that you love. I'm gonna need to try some of that.
Definitely.
Yeah, could I do taste testing?
I like got something that I liked.
Oh my gosh.
There's like 20 in there.
Okay.
Or whatever.
The Sunday bake.
Totally worth it. Trust me.
Wait, I love this little like Ziploc container.
This is my like, I'm gonna bring this for my friend's bag.
Oh my gosh, I think I need one of these. Okay. Okay, guys, taste testing.
I'm glad you like it.
This is exactly what I needed after a long day at school.
Definitely.
It's so like soft. Like it's like,
Yeah.
oh, wait, it's so good.
That is a recipe that my grandpa had in his giant cookbook, and I was like, ooh, okay, wait, let me try this out.
He has a cookbook?
Yes, like my whole family's crazy. My grandpa has a giant cookbook. He has like from all throughout the years. His grandfather, his grandfather's grandfather, all of that stuff.
Wait, that's so cool. Do you think you're gonna start your own cookbook?
Ooh, maybe not. I don't know. His pages are like so yellow that he had to like reprint them because they're like falling apart.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That's so cool. My grandma bakes a lot, so I should ask her if she'll make me a cookbook.
Definitely do it.
Because I love everything that she makes.
It makes it super fun.
I'm a mukbanger now. I'm actually gonna finish this on camera.
Yeah, so if you ever get the chance, if you ever want to experiment, just try it. The worst that can come out is a cookie puddle.
Yeah. What was like the biggest fail you think that you've had?
Ooh, when I tried to make the first time I ever tried to make macaroons, I didn't measure it correctly. And so it ended up just like this brown, the color was supposed to be blue, and it ended up brown, burnt, and it was just like a cookie sheet.
Oh my gosh.
It was crazy. I'm probably never gonna, I hope nothing turns out like that again.
I've tried to make them once, and they came out. They just weren't like, they were really tiny. Because the like cookie itself didn't like really flatten.
Oh yeah.
So it was kind of more like this shape, and it was like not smooth. It was like crinkly at the top.
Yeah,
but it tasted really good. I liked how it tasted, but when it would come to like its physical attributes, it wasn't as on par.
Okay, you know
what?
It's the special macaron.
Exactly. It's the one I just showed my family, nobody else.
Yeah, I think I redid that recipe like 8 times before I got it. Worth it though, because now I can make macaroons.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And like you have to be really precise when it comes to baking too.
Definitely.
Which I personally like, because I would definitely choose baking over cooking any day, because I can't just eyeball things. Like I need you to tell me how to do this step by step.
Oh my gosh, I totally agree. My grandma, though, my great grandma, she's absolutely insane. What she does is she comes over and she like puts some flour in her hands and she's like, this much. This is how much flour you need. I'm like, okay. Okay, grandma.
Wow. Wait, and does everything that she make come out like good?
It was so irritating. I'm like, you know what? This is not fair. This is not fair. You make macaroons.
No, I feel like it's everything that they do is so like routine because like they've lived for a while.
Yes,
so they have a lot of knowledge. And everything that my grandma makes too, like when it comes to baking and I watch her, she's like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's kind of like if you see scientists in movies and they just like mix a bunch of stuff together and they don't even like
just throw things in.
Yeah, and it comes out good. That's how I feel like it is watching my grandma.
Definitely.
Like I hope I can become like that one day, but for now I'm gonna use measuring cups.
My gosh, I can't wait. I can't wait till I get to that point and I have grandchildren. I'm just gonna be like, this much. This much.
I definitely want to be the baker grandma.
Definitely. Like you come over, I have like a little bowl of cookies that you can just come and choose from.
My favorite thing is to come home from school and my grandma, when I say hi to her, she's like, I baked something and I rush downstairs. I'm like, yes.
The best thing she can say.
Especially when she's really good at cake. I like the cake that she makes. I don't ever like really know the names, but she's really good at chocolate cakes.
Ooh,
yeah.
I love chocolate.
And so does my grandpa, so she always bakes stuff for him. And then leaves some for me.
Oh,
of course.
Definitely.
Because I have the sweet tooth in the family.
Yes, definitely. I always have like my little container that I put on the side for my friends.
Would you say you're still a sweets person after baking so much?
Absolutely. I have a little bit of a sweet tooth. It's kind of bad, but it'll be fine later.
I think the baking makes it worse. Like once I try something that's really good and like I just constantly start like making stuff, like I can't stop and I'm always craving sugar. My mom tells me like my sweet tooth is really bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just love sweets so much.
It just makes you feel so good though. So like that's why you can't stop.
Guys, I finally finished it. I was savoring it. I'm definitely a slow eater. I like to enjoy
Savor
what I'm
it.
eating.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely a sipper, not a chugger when it comes to drinks. And savoring the moment. Okay. Now we're done. But thank you so much for coming. The cookie was amazing, and I love getting to hear about your story and your family. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. You see what I did there? I didn't do it intentionally.